Hello Pisces, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energy and predictions for the sign of Pisces for the rest of April. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and get into it here. Let me do one more shuffle as I am having a hard time with the cards. Once again, do hope things are going well for you. Hope things are good, Pisces. All right, let's split the deck and then we'll get all the cards out, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you, Pisces. Do hope your April is going well. So yeah, this is your mid-month update. Okay. Perfect, and I think that's looking just about good enough to me for right now. Energy on the bottom. You do have the Two of Wands. So you may be at a sort of decision point. The Two of Wands can indicate choices, decisions, actions, really, in the tarot. You can see that this person here is deciding between path A or path B. Another way of looking at this, and a much more positive way of looking at this, is the Two of Wands can indicate potential, right? Not only do they have a decision to make, but there's quite a lot of potential in front of them in either path, really. So the idea of the Two of Wands is the choice of yours. The choice is yours. After the Ace of Wands, which comes before the Two, you have the initial spark of the Ace of Wands, and now you're deciding on which path to go down now that the spark has been lit. And this can really be connected to your work and career situation when you get the Two of Wands. All right, so I definitely like to see that for you with the Two of Wands on the bottom. So in what area of life do you feel like there is an immense or a significant amount of potential? I even feel the word pressure is coming in, but when I say pressure, I mean like there's pressure building around a potential. Yeah, there's pressure building. It's like something nice here is floating to the surface or may even pop to the surface as you think about the idea of like the pressure, the momentum is building here. But this is positive. This is positive, okay? Now, you have a very nice reading here. Many of the readings for this mid-month update have been very good, and I really think that partially this is the astrology as well. It's a great time to really get started on things now that the retrogrades behind us, a bunch of retrogrades are behind us, as well as the first two eclipses of the year. We have a nice pocket of time here, Pisces. Now, in the middle position, you do have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is about your destiny. And let me tell you that there seems to be a huge potential for you around something in your life. The Wheel of Fortune, it can talk about luck, fate, destined opportunities. And it says that the window of time has opened for you to investigate this destiny if you would like to, if you would so choose. Very positive card. It suggests that the opportunity is there, but it's not certain because the idea is that the wheel keeps spinning. What is certain is that you can, if you choose to, walk down path A or path B and investigate your destiny. But there's another choice as well, which is to stay at the footpath. So the idea here is you can either stay at the footpath and stay where you are, or you could take this window of opportunity in front of you, this destined lucky window of opportunity to investigate choice A or choice B in this case. So it suggests that the opportunity is there. And this could bring about good rewards for you if you do decide. But even if you stay at the footpath, that is not a wrong choice either. But the idea of this period of time that we're looking at here, Pisces, if this reading is for you, is that this is all about choices and decisions right now. In the first column, you have the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Wands here. I love this for you. So the Nine of Wands may suggest that there's a bit of resistance around investigating or going down one of these paths. Okay, and I would say that that is normal because like many times when we're on the precipice of something, it's normal to have like some resistance or like even ask like what if questions, like what if this doesn't work out, or what if I'm not smart enough, or what if I'm not whatever enough, or what if I don't have everything that I need, right? These what if questions can create resistance, and I think that maybe some of you are in that mode right now, which I think again is normal because it feels like the pressure is mounting and building for you to really pop into something nice here as you look at these two paths, Pisces. I'm also using a lot of P's, like a letter P. I don't know. I don't know if that is, but more than usual, more than usual, Pisces. I don't know if that is significant to some of you, but yeah, that's definitely a unique feeling that I'm having, or something unique to this reading that I've never really picked up on. So you then have the Ten of Pentacles here, which really can indicate Ten of Pentacles is a lot of things. Certainly could be windfalls in estates, like if you have an inheritance. That needs to be supported by other things, so I don't necessarily see inheritance here. What was the reading I did? If you have any Scorpio, you may want to take a look at that reading. But really, the Ten of Pentacles is essentially you looking at your empire that you want to build in this case. I feel like some of you want to build an empire. You want to build some sort of generational, long-term money solution or situation here. If you're not there yet, the window of opportunity could be opening. And again, this isn't going to happen all at once, although it, hey, windfalls in life happen. But in this case, it feels like this is derived from a choice that you're making, maybe in business or career. Okay, so some of you may really want to be entrepreneurs here. As you have the King of Wands. This is the classic entrepreneur in the tarot. If you do not prefer to be in business for yourself, that is also okay. This can see you connecting with a job or a career that you want to be in, not that you have to be in. There's a big difference there. And the reason that you want to be in it and that you can be in it is because you are skilled. The King of Wands is a high skill card in the tarot. Let me move to this middle column because there's also something interesting here with the King of Wands. You have the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Swords. So the King and the Queen of Wands are counterparts in the tarot. Okay, these it's a divine counterpart or union. So there could be you also have, by the way, the Page of Wands. So you actually have 3 of the 4 Wands court cards, which is interesting. Let me let that simmer for a second and think about that because it's tough to get them all in the same suit. That does not always happen. But the Queen of Wands may indicate that you are moving into a really busy period of time. Queen of Wands is somebody who always has something going on. They're also the life of the party, but there is a counterpart here. And in this type of reading, I don't see any cups, right? Do we have any cups? We do not have any cups. So this is very likely to be somebody in the career business sectors of your life or somebody non-romantic showing up that you can bounce ideas off of or partner with or go into business with or, something like maybe learn with, grow with, something like this here, as you have a counterpart with the King and the Queen of Wands as well as the Page. But you could also be really moving into a busy period of time. I also think that you may want to, Pisces, take time to have a little bit of fun as well. I don't always say that in these readings, but Queen of Wands, really life of the party, somebody you really want to be around, somebody you really want to spend your time with. This is definitely showing up as well. Maybe some of you want to take some, whatever it is, right? You don't have to get crazy, but like something that you can connect with that is really, really fun. Like, if you know astrology stuff, like 5th house stuff, right? Joy, fun, pleasure, play, all of those sorts of things. You may want to take some time for that as well. And you may have the opportunity that shows up here during this period of time that we're looking at with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. 7 of Swords, I'm not stressed about it in this case. It is a card that I don't love to see, but in this case, this is about building your strategy and your game plan towards this long range or long-term money situation here with the 10 of Pentacles as well. So coming up with a solution is showing up here with the 7 of Swords. I will say there are people here, okay, King, Queen, Page of Wands. So if you have a feeling like that you need to spend time with this person, and if you have a feeling that you feel like you shouldn't spend time with this person, trust that feeling that you have, Pisces, okay? I don't know if you can hear the rain, but we've got a significant downpour here. And I feel like this is perfect for a Pisces reading, right? A water sign. So if you can hear the rain, enjoy the rain sounds, then the natural rain sounds, ASMR here, so to speak. Anyway, in the final column, you have the Moon, the Emperor, and the Page of Wands. Something hidden from view when you see the Moon card. Okay, someone or something hidden from you. Okay, something that you may not actually see here with the Moon card. So this could be anything. What may be showing up here is there's something concealed when you have the Moon card and the Page of Wands. This could be an opportunity that is concealed from you or you don't see happening, right? In other words, I'm looking at this in a positive way in terms of like a surprise with the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a perfect card if you're looking for a job offer or opportunity. Yeah, maybe being made aware of a career opportunity or offer, or a career opportunity. The offer might be the Page of Pentacles, but really this is the actual job opportunity showing up with the Page of Wands. Then the Emperor, this could be somebody that's saying like, hey Pisces, this is perfect for you, or I can vouch for Pisces, they have a great resume, they worked for me for XYZ, they do this, they do that. Somebody who can maybe put in a good word for you with the Emperor card. And the Emperor is also, I like to say, like big boss energy. This is somebody who takes control, takes charge, has authority over their situation. And I really think that some of you are going to start a business as well, if that's something that's interesting to you. Maybe this is a social media account, like a YouTube channel or something, but maybe otherwise. I can see that happening here. Why don't we go ahead and start to clarify this situation even more and see what's coming forward for you in the Oracle cards here, Pisces. All right, we'll just shuffle a bit more here and see what's coming down the pipeline for you. All right, we'll take those, and let's also take a look at the bottom. You have Snake Shed Old Skin. That is like the death card in tarot, meaning that some of you could be moving into a new energy here as well. Okay, you then have Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. Animal Guardian, trust your instinct, as well as Eagle, see from a higher perspective. I like the idea of seeing from a higher perspective, as well as trust your instinct. I would trust your instincts around a person. Okay, this is not to create suspicion in your mind in any way, but the Seven of Swords in between two pages, or sorry, two court cards. Yeah, just trust your instincts about something. I'm not really stressed about it, but that's something that I feel like I need to say as the reader here. This idea of seeing from a higher perspective. Also with the move beyond ancestral patterns, the reason for the resistance for some of you may be because you had somebody who always said this and that to you, and like the example I give all the time is like you may have had somebody in your family or in your life growing up that says money doesn't grow on trees, and now later as an adult that has created a pattern of resistance around bringing money in, right? That's created a scarcity pattern. So maybe some of you are looking at that, like the words that were maybe used as you were a kid, something like this. You then have Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace, as well as Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Okay. You have the Moon card twice here. That's very interesting. There's something that's hidden or concealed potentially. This seems to be positive. Maybe with the Seven of Swords and the Moon, that could be a challenge, but it will be unearthed as well because you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is like a bringer or a bearer of news or information or offers, opportunities. All right, let's go ahead and start to clarify this even more. Once again, thank you for spending your time with me. Hope things are going well for you, Pisces. All right, we'll start to clarify the first 9 cards by pulling some additional 9 cards. All right, you have the Star, amazing. You'll ultimately cut through the resistance. You then have the Queen of Swords, as well as the 8 of Pentacles. Love to see the 8 of Pentacles. Remember, we started off this reading with choices, actions, decisions. Choices, actions, decisions on the Two of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. An abundance of choices is definitely here on the table with the Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Wands. And the Eight of Pentacles would suggest that these choices, actions, decisions that are in front of you, the abundance of these, this is derived from the skill that you've built in life and the dedication that you've had to a task or a job or a career. Eight of Pentacles really indicates extreme dedication to something. And it can also indicate promotions in the tarot. And so for you, there's a golden opportunity, it feels like, that's showing up. Again, this is derived from your hard work and your dedication towards something. You also have this with the high skill card. You have two high skill cards with the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. I said that at the beginning, but now with the Eight of Pentacles clarifying the King of Wands, your skill here is really, really being highlighted in this reading. That is for sure. As you have this combination of cards. And so career opportunities seem to be very much derived from the skill that you've built, and also business opportunities as well. Maybe you have a hobby, like for example, tarot cards for me personally started off as a hobby, and then I built a business around it here on YouTube. Something like this, something like this could be showing up. You have a hobby that you're skilled at that you're now turning into a business. You then have the Queen of Swords. This is somebody who is really going to be somebody who can cut to the chase in communication. But the one thing that's for sure with the Queen of Swords is this person could be honest, right? This person will be honest with you. And they'll tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear when you get the Queen of Swords. Finally, the Star with the Nine of Wands. I like that for you a lot because the Star, you can think of the Star as like illumination, right? And that we talked about at the beginning of this reading about how you're maybe resistant to investigating path A or path B with the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Wands on the bottom. Remember, the wheel keeps spinning, so the opportunity won't always be there. But it seems like you're going to take the opportunity when it's put forward for you. Yeah. You then have the Devil, okay? You have the Page of Pentacles, another page, and also the Ace of Wands. Wow, I love the business energy that's showing up, okay? I do feel like there are just times in life where there are perfect pockets of time or perfect pockets of opportunity. And when we take advantage of those pockets of opportunity, like we look back on it maybe 6 months, a year from now, and we realize, wow, I'm really, really glad that all of the energy aligned for me to make this happen. And I say that here with the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. It just feels like the spark is here for you. With the Two of Wands and the Ace of Wands, it feels like the spark is really, really lit for you at this time, Pisces. Page of Pentacles, it can connect to a business offer, a job offer. Like the Page of Wands may indicate a opportunity, right? So you find the job through a boss, or you find the job through a, Indeed.com or whatever, career board. And the Page of Pentacles indicates the offer coming in, or the offer being made for you after you've gone through the interview process. So you actually have really, really positive energy there for job stuff, if this is what you are looking to bring in at this time. You then have the Devil, which can indicate temptation, okay? Temptation around something. It can also indicate your desires. The positive message of the Devil is it can indicate that, yeah, you have a desire around something, which is fine. It's fine to have desires. And also that you have some power. It's up to you how you exert your power, right? The negative side of the Devil is that maybe somebody's got you under their thumb. They're using their power for nefarious things, right? But it can indicate that you have some power here or desires in a situation. I think probably the power for you is through your skill set, for sure, with the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. You then have the Queen of Wands twice. What is that with the Moon? There's somebody who's maybe a little shifty or shady here, okay? I said I wasn't stressed about it, but I have to just say it. Let me just get the other card here. Queen of Wands, Temperance, and the Death card. Okay, So there may, if you have a vibe about something, again, the point here is not to make you paranoid, but if you do have a vibe, it's probably right. Okay, it's probably right. Queen of Wands with the Devil, now you've got the Queen of Wands with the Moon. The Moon is something hidden or concealed, something you don't see. Okay, and then the Seven of Swords, okay, also maybe some deception. So maybe there's somebody a little shady or shifty here. Sometimes like disruptors come in when we're right, like about to make a huge move. That doesn't always happen, right? There's a happy ending here though. There is a happy ending regardless. If somebody's trying to disrupt your path here, it's not going to work. As you have all of these beautiful energies, these positive energies here. Temperance card is healing from the transformation brought forward with the Death card. So Death card is about, it's positive, it's about changing something for the better in your life. And the Temperance card says, okay, now take a moment here to, now that you've embraced the transformation, you've gone through it, take a moment here to recharge, recover, practice balance, patience, and moderation, right? And yeah, overall, this is really good. Let me go ahead and try to get some additional messages here with the Kipper, but let's take a look at what's on the bottom. You have the Hanged Man. So Hanged Man is this idea of like not acting necessarily and maybe being in limbo a little bit. What's interesting is you have 12, 13, 14. Okay, so these cards come one after, as well as 15, interestingly enough. So you have a progression of events here in this reading. Yeah. So this is definitely a situation progressing for you here, Pisces. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at what's in the Kipper messages here for you. And yeah, let's see what's going on here. Okay, you have Pathway, Message of Concern, Imprisonment, Unexpected Income, Adjudication, and Courthouse. So I don't see False Person. You do have Child on the bottom. So I'm glad to see that you don't have False Person here, which is like the Seven of Swords. Yeah, whatever's going on, maybe there's just somebody who's like maybe a little jealous, or I don't know. There's maybe just something with somebody, but you're transcending this situation, that this jealousy that this person may have. Yeah, you're definitely on a higher vibrational frequency than whatever toxic energy this person is trying to put on your plate. You're not having it. Adjudication and courthouse is interesting. I wasn't seeing that here. There could be a legal dispute or something like this happening. You do have a union, right, with the King and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so there may be some separation going on there, some sort of legal situation, maybe through a divorce or something. You do have Child on the bottom as well, so maybe something along those lines happening here. Pathway is your Dharma in life. It's the path that your soul has chosen to walk down. So with the Wheel of Fortune and the Pathway cards are a very positive sign. Pisces, I think I'll leave it here. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.